it's going to be a share, and in it there is a question. Um, I I was running retreats and groups, like quite large groups, with the teacher of the pathway I was on, am on, kind of, the way of mastery. And they were great. And then two things happened: COVID and me training in IFS. And I feel a tension, which is why I ask half the questions I ask, between the way of mastery, which is an evolution of A Course in Miracles, and those whole teachings of there's only love or fear, there's Christ and there's ego, there's the voice for love, the voice for fear, and parts are all in that category of fear and ego. And IFS, no bad parts. And I know I have a lot of gifts when it comes to working with groups. And I really want to work with groups again. And I feel this hesitation inside me, like how do I bring IFS into the way of mastery when it's such a different worldview, it seems, and yet probably I'm just not getting it deeply enough, and it's actually the same at some level. And maybe I should just offer them as different offerings. Maybe I teach the way of mastery over here, or facilitate the way of mastery over here and IFS over here, but I can't do the old stuff I used to do. Now I see the world through the lens of IFS. But then I sometimes worry that I'm being hoodwinked, and that actually I'm not seeing that, almost like I'm being lulled into a world of where, oh yeah, we've all got our parts and we're all human and it's all fine, but nobody ever wakes up. And it's kind of just lacking the clarity that's there in these other paths. So I suppose my question for the records might be, what do you see me doing? Like what are the groups I am to run? And yeah, something like that.
Okay, what do you want to say to this? They're saying create your own flavor of whatever it is you want to do. Your own perspective, your own understanding, your own unique flavor. You get to have your flavor too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to copy other people's flavors. The Sarita flavor is the best flavor there is.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the best flavors they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they are the best flavors because they are unique. So make it unique to you for it to be the best flavor that you can give. Okay, what are you showing me with this? Okay, they're talking about the give. They're saying there are people that will gravitate towards you, that are ready to gobble up your flavor. They're talking about, they were saying earlier, like something doesn't sit right for me. They're saying there are a lot of people out there feeling this. Something doesn't sit right for me. Whether they're consciously aware of it or not, sometimes they're not consciously aware of it, but inside them, something is saying this doesn't sit right with me, even though it's muffled by the concepts and the learnings and the this is how I'm supposed to view this on the surface. They're saying your unique flavor will open this up for people. Your flavor will open this up for people. They will gravitate towards you to consume this flavor that only you bring, that only you bring, that only you bring, that only you bring, that only you bring. And again, they're talking about there may be people who on the surface look like they're not at all into your flavor, and they might even walk away because of that. But it's like your flavor got into them. It got into them and it shifted something inside of them. And then over time, what shifted inside of them begins to burrow from the inner layers out to the outer layers. And then it pops through, and all of a sudden there's this huge perspective shift that they may or may not attribute back to you, but they were exactly where they needed to be when they came to you. For that is what allowed this shift to happen. And then other people, like other people going, thank God. They're like, that has been rubbing me the wrong way for a while now. And they're talking about bringing clarity and a sense of relief and a safety in trusting when something doesn't feel right. And that being allowed and safe. And then what are you showing me with this? A willingness, a desire to seek out new perspectives, new flavors, new ways of seeing the world, new ways of seeing old materials, existing modalities, whatever it is. And they're just talking about all the different flavors that we all create and how there's just very specific people that we're here for with these different flavors, for those people to gobble them up, whether they're doing it consciously or not. And again, they're coming back to the people that get triggered by our own little flavors because it's really important for them to get triggered because it opens them up to acceptance of something else. It's like if they show up and they're triggered and they go off in another direction, it's like they needed to go off in that other direction. They're showing a pinball machine and the different things that it bounces off of, and it's like it was there. It kicked the pinball in this other direction because the pinball needed to be kicked in that other direction. Otherwise, the pinball would have gone in a different direction to begin with. Okay, they're leaving it at that.
Well, I guess the follow-up would be like I've had a big debate of whether to teach again with my teacher, the channel for the Way of Mastery. He has some controversy around him, but he is amazing in many ways. And there's a lot of people in this country have never even met him. Or whether to teach on my own, to do a retreat on my own. Yeah. So that's I don't know if they see anything around that.
Okay, what do you want to say to this? They're saying follow your heart with this. Work through the parts that pop up around this.
Hmm.
Get to know these parts and what they have to share with you, and the clarity will come,
You're right.
and your heart will open up to one path or the other.
That's really good. Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Oh, super helpful. I really feel my heart like online, like there's this real radiance and love now, and it's so GC talking about all this. Thank you.